at Legacy Online School, helping students navigate the path to college success. We're going to wait a few minutes just to let everyone be able to log in. And remember, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat and we'll get back to you at a later time. So we'll get started. Thank you for joining us again for helping students navigate the path to college success. And let you get to know who your presenters are today. My name is Sharon Veach. I am an academic counselor, a licensed school counselor with over 20 years of experience in education. And I was the department chair for about 15 years in my previous job. I've worked with hundreds of students to find their right fit college, including the most selective and Ivy League schools. And I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Dana, so she can introduce herself and get us started.
Thank you, Sharon. Hello, everyone. Good day. My name is Dana. I'm the head of academics and support at Legacy Online School. I'm also part of academics team of LSS team, and I also have teaching experience with over 6 years. I'm dedicated support specialist for our students. I usually work with the credits, courses, curriculum, transcripts. That is why I feel like both of us, Sharon and me, can be helpful today to navigate you through the process. Thank you. We will start with the agenda of today's webinar. We'll cover a brief overview of the school, especially for those who are not enrolled with our school and you need to know more information about Legacy Online School. We'll share college preparation services that we offer, also the prepared 4-year college readiness plan. You will get information about types of U.S. universities, university and college fit, personalized career and college guidance, information regarding university applications, SAT and ACT preparation, essay crafting. We'll share the partnerships that we have with other universities regarding dual enrollment opportunities, extracurricular opportunities, financial aid and scholarship guidance. You will meet our college counseling team, and we'll also share some of the next steps on how to get started. Don't forget to send your questions to the chat box. I will have this Q&A session at the end, and you will also receive your answers via any contacts, like via email probably. So let's get started with the brief overview of our school. Legacy Online School is WASC accredited. It's accredited by Western Association of Schools and Colleges. We also align with Florida Education Department standards, and we are partnered with College Board to support academic excellence. We are proud to have our big team of certified teachers who tailor materials to meet each student's unique needs. We also offer different options, different programs for our students and parents. First of all, we have group learning program for students who want to join classes every day based on their schedule with their instructors. For self-paced students, it's more flexible. They can join their sessions when they are available and complete assignments on their own pace. We also have one-on-one classes for students who need this individual, this personalized approach. So they have classes where they have just one teacher and one student. Additionally to that, we offer academic, AP, extracurricular courses, and different social clubs to have fun and socialize. We also offer flexible payment plans and discounts to make quality education accessible for you. Students graduate with a recognized US certified diploma, and we, as a team of LSS, we try to help you to check all your graduation requirements, especially for those students who's like for who states requirements and university requirements can be different. And our team of academic support specialists will provide you with all the necessary materials, all the information, and we'll try to maintain strong parent-school connections because we will try to achieve all your goals together as a team. I hope it's clear about the Legacy Online School. Now we can move on to some offerings we have for you. One of them is the curriculum. So as we discussed our academic core courses and electives, that's what we usually pay our attention to. But additionally to that, for different reasons, we also offer you AP classes and honor courses. For example, for those students who want to delve deeper into their preferred subjects, for those who want to develop critical thinking, for those who want to boost their college application or to higher their GPA, also prepare for their AP classes and AP exams. You can see the full list of courses here on this page. I'm attaching the link of our curriculum for your convenience, so you can just click on each course on our website and find out more about modules and segments that you're going to complete. As I think on our website, you can find relevant and updated information about AP courses as we try to improve this list and add more courses for you. So please check out this page. And additionally to that, you can find more information about dual enrollment opportunities that we offer for you. At the moment, we have partnerships with these two universities. We have Arizona State University and the University of South Florida. We are also working on expanding this number to have more partnerships and more colleges here. And we'll share all the information with you later too. But for now, you need to know about ASU, about Arizona State University, that you're going to take some college level courses with them. They will be online and they are also easy to transfer to our transcripts. Before applying, you will require transcripts, advisor approval, and parent consent. But you also need to remember that for ASU, we'll have extra fees, and they're very different from case to case. That's why it's better to reach out to your LSS to get more information regarding ASU dual enrollment courses. The course list can be found on their course catalog. For USF, it's a bit different because you can take up to 2 free college courses per term. And it's open for students in grades 6 to 12, not only high schoolers. Your GPA should be higher than 3.5. Courses offered online or also in person for Florida residents. And you can find the full list of courses on this website. You can just check out the link. So overall, you can just reach out to our LSS to find out more about dual enrollment opportunities. And now I think we are moving on to this to the plans for different grade levels. And I want to give a stage to my colleague Sharon.
I was a little quick on the button there to change slides. I was so excited to get started. So we start with college readiness as early as middle school. They're going to start talking about career planning, course selection, etc. So in 8th grade, we're starting to build the foundation for high school, which, as you all know, high school is very important. The transcript is the #1 thing colleges are looking at and taking into consideration. So we're going to plan ahead and meet with the academic counselor to explore where those areas of interest are and where we might be headed towards for college. Of course, it's 8th grade, so that's going to change over time, but we want to start as early as we can, getting students thinking about that future. We're going to help with course selection so that you're thoughtfully choosing the courses, both for your graduation requirements and for where you're headed. We're working on skill development to focus on time management, engaging in volunteer activities. So we're really building up that college resume. We're going to start with standardized testing. The more they're exposed to standardized testing, the less we take the fear out. So we're starting to have students consider taking the PSAT 8-9 just for early exposure, to start to get exposed. Again, the more we're exposed, the more we're prepared by the time we really are sitting for the SAT in 11th grade. Stay curious, cultivating curiosity and commitment to prepare for success in high school. And then always positive reminders of exploring passions, and that every small step does matter, because sometimes students don't think they're doing enough, but they usually are. And then in 9th grade, we're going to start laying the foundation, give a college overview to introduce students to the college process, crafting an academic plan to start looking forward through the 4 years and how they're going to build upon each other to make sure that students are ready and prepared for where it is they would like to apply. They're going to start creating a tailored academic plan that is going to take them through, if they're looking for highly selective, those dual enrollment and AP classes that Dana was just speaking about are going to be very important in really setting them up to be prepared for those highly selective colleges. And then again, continuing the practice of standardized tests. The more we do, the less we fear. Continuing into sophomore year, the year of academic growth and career college exploration, there's going to be some workshops focused on college preparation, college selection, different things you need to be thinking about with that college selection process. There'll be the opportunity for one-on-one counseling to get personalized advice on that course, that college selection, course selection, academic planning. It's never too early to get started. Planning college visits, starting to research schools and schedule visits, and then research the admissions timelines, understand the key dates for applications and deadlines. The sooner students start to become aware and build an awareness of that, the better, so that it takes a little bit of that stress out of senior year when they're doing their actual applications. And then junior year, big year for college planning and readiness. It's building momentum towards college applications. There's going to be a formal college search. We're looking for all the students to have a list of schools to get started with. Taking the PSAT offered in the fall and the spring. Fall is the National Merit Scholarship Qualifier. And then they would take the SAT, their first round of the SAT or ACT in the spring, early spring. Then Spark Day, where we learn about the college application process and have essay writing tips. And then we're going to start drafting college essays ahead of the summer so that they're walking in and they're walking away from the summer with some good advice on how to improve those essays so that when they come back in the fall, we really have crafted a very good draft, if not a completed essay for the application process. And then the big year, the application process, senior year, we're going to finalize those college applications. Students will have visited colleges and really settled into their list. We'll have a senior college event where we review final deadlines in the admissions process. We'll finalize those college lists and narrow down those choices. We'll request recommendation letters from teachers and mentors for those strong recommendations. And then we'll submit applications and prepare for interviews if there are any interviews for the college process. So that's the very long game starting in 8th grade about how we really prepare your students to be ready for that process a lot earlier than has been my experience in most schools. So looking at legacy schools student statistics, the total number of high school students from this past year was 96, had a graduating class of 16, representing 10 different, our total students represent 10 different countries. The average class size is 7, and we have about 150 courses for those students to choose from. So a little something for everybody. Then when we look at the high school AP statistics, 60% of our students are enrolled in AP courses, 27 are AP scholars with distinction. Average number of APs that have been taken per student are 3. The percentage taking more than 3 APs are 35%, and our average score is a 3.82, global average 3.21. Percentage of APs students scoring A or better is 68%. Some very impressive statistics, I think. So we're going to start talking about high school pathways. So as we start talking to students in that 8th and 9th grade year about where they see their focus, where they're going, which of course can change over time, we're going to start talking to them about what's available to them if they're interested, for instance, in a STEM pathway, something like engineering, what courses there are offered. So you can see in the chart the courses that we offer for STEM pathways. And again, they're LSS and academic advisors are going to be working with them on recommending what are those best courses based on what the student is wanting to pursue. So you can see business and entrepreneurship, the education pathway for someone that's looking to go into teaching, healthcare pathways, the social sciences and law pathways, arts and media pathways. And I will do a little thing and say with arts and media, we're going to work with you on making sure you're ready for that portfolio offering if you are looking to be going to an arts school, or we're going to work with you to be prepared for auditions if you're looking for a performance-based major out of the media pathways. Hospitality and tourism pathways. So some great courses there, and language and international relations. I would just like to point out that we're talking about 6 different languages, including American Sign Language, which is considered a language by college and universities. So what is Legacy Online Schools College Services? Well, we provide comprehensive support. They include personalized college and career guidance, university application assistance, webinars like this one, and workshops, one-on-one consultations, essay writing assistance, financial aid guidance, and standardized test preparation. So just so you have an idea, we're looking at Forbes magazine, which really takes into account not only the statistics of the college, but also where their college graduates have gone. Current students, they survey current students to see how supported they feel in where they are headed and their academics and classes. And this is the ranking for Forbes magazine, starting with number 1, Princeton, going all the way down to number 10, Cornell University. I think sometimes we think it's just Ivy Leagues, but you will see UC Berkeley system on there. You will see Rice University, which has its first year in the top 10s. And I think that's partly because some students are starting to really look at those larger universities. I will say that with the exception of Rice, I have had students go accepted to and attend every school on this list. And that's what we're preparing them for. So you have your Ivy League. There's different types of U.S. universities and colleges, and I'll explain a little bit what's the difference between a university and what's the difference between a college in a moment. But you'll see here on our chart, we have Ivy League universities, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia, UPenn, Dartmouth, Brown, etc. There's private colleges. So your Ivy Leagues are they're really what we would call most selective schools. They are schools that are probably letting in students that, letting in 10% or less of the students that apply. And I think it might have been Brown that was at a ridiculous 3.5% last year. So these are the most selective schools. Then you have private colleges, which may have a similar most selective stance, like Stanford University, Duke University, USC, Northeastern, Vanderbilt. Those are most selective to highly selective. They might let in maybe 15% at some of them, but those are going to be schools that are privately funded. They tend to be a little bit smaller. And when we talk about college versus university, I will tell you that colleges are teaching focused, so their professors, the way that they're paid, are for focusing on teaching. So you're going to see a little less with TAs and grad assistants in a college versus a university, which has a research component to it as well. So their professors are actually paid part of their full-time salary. I worked at Johns Hopkins University. 25% of my professors' salaries were paid through research. So if they didn't have research, they were making 75% of their salary. So that also opens students up to, especially if they're in STEM, to the ability to possibly do undergraduate research. So it's a little bit the difference between a college and a university. We then have public colleges, which, as we know, receive funding from their states as well as the federal government. There are flagship schools, and I would consider University of Washington, UC Berkeley, UMich, University of Virginia, and UNC Chapel Hill, all to be flagship universities. All those that are on that list are probably considered very highly selective. And I know particularly for UNC Chapel Hill, they will give preference to those that are in North Carolina. So the statistics are a little harder for students that are applying from outside that state. But you also have things like University of Connecticut, University of Delaware. So each state has multiple flagship schools, but then they also have Southern Connecticut State University or Delaware State University or the whole SUNY system, which has about 11 campuses. So some are more selective. Those we call flagship are going to be those that are more selective. Then you have your liberal arts colleges. Here we have Williams, Amherst, Swarthmore, Pomona, and Middlebury. Those would be considered, again, highly to most selective. But liberal arts colleges allow students to explore before they have to choose a major. So they're really great for that student that's like, I think I like this, and I like this, and I like this, to be able to take some classes in all of those areas before they're deciding what they want to major in. So liberal arts colleges don't mean that they're just humanities focused, although they do usually have very strong humanities programs. It means that they're really looking to develop a well-rounded student who has gotten coursework in all areas that you sometimes need to pull on when you're getting that first job. So then we talk about how everything kind of pulls together in this circle for finding the right university or college fit. So you have academics. That's important to include to maintain strong grades, work really hard on the tests like SAT, ACT. Again, we do have SAT and ACT optional schools for those that are not the best test takers, but a legacy online school is going to prepare every student for that test. Fulfilling course requirements and crafting essays and resumes. And that's the academic side. Then we help develop the character of the student, leadership skills and emotional intelligence, really working with students to be good people. And then the extracurriculars involving activities, clubs, volunteering, sports to build that well-rounded profile. So everything interacts with everything else. Sorry, little tickle in the throat. Then there's personalized career and college guidance. So our academic consultants will work closely with each student to explore potential career paths based on interests and strengths, align academic choices and extracurricular activities with the future college goals, provide guidance, as we spoke about, on course selection, college programs, career opportunities, provide tips for obtaining great letters of recommendation and making sure we're highlighting all of your child's achievements. And we'll help them track deadlines, manage college application requirements, and ensure that all materials are submitted on time, thus reducing everyone, including your stress. So really working to make sure that this process is one that we're remembering its transition and fun, and not just a stress and anxiety provoking experience. So exam prep and essay crafting will work with preparation, math through their classes, as well as some outside preparation, reading with English and literature, writing, grammar, and essay writing. The science portion for the SAT, the teachers will be incorporating Khan Academy resources to help provide students with additional targeted practice and support that they can do on their own as well as in the classroom. The Legacy Online School is a College Board member institution. It has a CEEB code. What that means is that's the code that you put in to let them know when you're registering for the PSAT or the SAT, what school you're attending, and also it's so that school has access to the scores. so that we can work on really making sure you're applying to the best places possible. Personalized feedback and practice tests to track progress and optimize those scores. And with essay crafting, they're working on helping you do your resume CV building, helping students create professional, compelling resumes, personal statements and essays, which is usually the hardest part of the application process in my experience with the 1,000+ students I've worked through the process. They really have a hard time. They put a lot of pressure on themselves for this essay. So you're going to have a lot of help and support from Legacy Online School to help those students really craft that personal statement and essay. And then, of course, interview preparation. So we'll coach you for, depending on what type of interview it is with the college, there are different types. There's the college interview where the college is interviewing you for admission. Someplace like Sacred Heart University in Connecticut, that's a requirement as part of their college process. And then there's also the informational interview where you're going in and meeting with an admissions rep and getting information about the school. They say it does not apply towards the application, but in reality, you're meeting them and they get to know you, the person. So we're going to want you as prepared for that as we are for that admissions interview. Extracurricular activities, which are, rounding out that application process. We offer peer mentorship, mentoring young students to showcase leadership and responsibility. Teaching assistant, which assists teachers in lessons or administration tasks, which shows reliability and support and responsibility. Club participation. So we have right now, which is probably going to be growing if I've learned anything working here. To next year, it'll probably be 3 times as big. The Reading Club, the Social Hub, and the Coding Fundamentals Club, which would be great for anybody looking at STEM-related majors. And then beyond the classroom, many students pursue enriching activities outside their academic work. Here's some examples. Participating in competitions like Math Olympia and the CSI Challenge, writing novels, or contributing to the to school theater productions or local theater productions. Volunteering at the community and cultural at local churches, leading fundraising projects. I will say that a lot of colleges love the Boy Scouts, Eagle projects, and the Girl Scouts Gold Star projects. So if you're thinking, in high school, I shouldn't be doing that anymore, I would probably argue that you should, because that really shows that you've taken on something and run with it, and we're able to manage multiple parts and people and leadership, etc. So, and engaging in international programs like Erasmus. So there's some suggestions, but I've had students that have volunteered at local historical societies, etc. Financial aid and scholarship guidance will help you navigate the financial aid side of college. It can be overwhelming. We're here to support. I do have to say that the support that's provided on the FAFSA website is also fantastic. They have some great videos there. I highly recommend, but we will work to provide support for you, as well as the scholarship search and application assistance. There's so many out there, it can be overwhelming. We're going to help give you tips and tricks to really navigate that well and figure out what's a solid scholarship. And then we always want to partner with our parents in the college planning process. It's important that you have a role. Now, your student needs to be the one doing the application, writing the essay, etc. But there also needs to be a partnership and discussion. So we'll engage you in this process by holding information sessions, so you know the process on college readiness, financial aid, deadlines, and the application process. We'll do regular updates with progress reports and communication with the counselors, one-on-one meetings to collaborate for that real personalized academic and career planning. We'll also give you access to resources like workshops, a parent portal for updates and guidance, and then a clear roadmap, which will help you, since we're doing this starting in 8th grade, which will really help reduce that stress during the college application process. And finally, for me, it's me. Who's the college guidance team? It's me. I've had over 20 years experience doing this. I love it. I love what I do. I love working with the students and finding the right fits. I love getting those calls of, guess what? I got in. Oh, it's wonderful. Also finding right fit financially for students. I will work with students through and parents through the college application step by step. What are we doing? How are we doing it? The research, which can be a little daunting. And I always joke with students and say, you research that new phone more than you do colleges, and they're going to cost you a lot more. So we need to really be doing our research and looking at things beyond just it looks pretty on the website. So I will teach them how to really thoroughly research a university or college. We'll do career path counseling and explore careers, create personalized plans for them. And then that scholarship, which I just spoke about, and financial aid assistance, and really helping work you through that process. Deanna?
Thank you very much, Sharon, for all this information for our parents. You just mentioned this clear roadmap. I think we just took the first step here when we got the overview of this process of college guidance process for our students. And now they need to know about the next steps, how to get started here. Now you need to sign up for a one-on-one meeting with Sharon to discuss your goals, create a plan, and start your college journey with expert support. For this, I'm attaching the link to our Calendly so you can sign up to the slot when you are available. And this way, you're going to start planning and you can keep joining the meetings together and also joining our webinars and workshops later. You will receive all the necessary updates. For this, I suggest you to reach out to your LSS or to your admissions manager to receive all the details regarding the sessions, regarding on how to sign up. But this will be your first step, or probably next step after this webinar in this college guidance, college process, application process. If you need any additional contacts, if you are also not enrolled in our school, you can receive more information if you reach out to our admissions managers. First of all, you have the link to our website. You will have the full list of the steps you need to undertake. You have the phone number that you can call. We have the team of LSS and team of admissions who are always available. If you reach out to us, if you give us a call, if you send us an email or even WhatsApp message, we'll be here to support you. I also share two main emails. This is admissions and LSS at legacyonlineschool.com. And additionally, also the link to our meeting with the advisor. And we have our additional meetings with academics if you need any support from your LSS. So yeah, a lot of links. Just check out all of them and join all the meetings where you will receive this personalized full support and you will get your answers to every question. So I think we're done for today. Thank you very much for joining the webinar today. Hope we shared all the necessary information that was useful for you. I believe it was very useful for me too, to know more information about services. But if you need anything additional, yeah, just reach out. We'll be here to support every step of the way. Thank you for your patience, for spending time together with us today to receive all this information. Thank you, Sharon, for sharing this information too. So have a nice day and good day. Have a nice day and goodbye. See you soon. See you later. Goodbye.